Yeah, man. And speaking of which, I mean, we always focus on what is happening on our little own blue planet here, but we often forget that there's an entire universe out there and a lot of fascinating things that are going on the daily. So we thought we'd bring you a bit of a roundup on some fascinating space news.
Dude, and there's a lot happening, and I was actually shocked when I read this morning. It said the high-ranking NASA scientists recently announced at a press conference in the US that humanity is on the verge of discovering alien life. And they even put it, that there's going to be evidence within a decade.
What do you mean?
And definite proof within the next 20 or 30 years.
Wow.
Okay, but bearing in mind we're saying life, not necessarily intelligent life.
No, life.
Okay.
Bacteria, that kind of thing,
Okay.
But I mean, this is exciting because they back up their claims by saying that the Kepler telescope has already discovered more than 1,000 exoplanets that could be habitable. Okay, with billions more waiting to be discovered that could support liquid water on the planet. Of course, we know that liquid water, the building blocks of life, and also the Mars Curiosity rover, we know that it's doing its thing there on Mars as well. Found evidence of small amounts of liquid water that it did exist on Mars. So that it's possible that life could have been possible on Mars many years ago.
Ooh, interstellar kind of stuff.
What will
That's in our
our kids
lifetime.
see? What
in
will
our
our
lifetime.
kids see in
I
their
see it
lifetime?
too.
Man, that's
but
crazy.
anyway, check it out. Yeah, so there's the Mars rover that you were talking about right now. If you
is
guys were given
exciting,
a one-way ticket, right, into outer space to possibly just discover that planet but potentially never come back, would you take it?
I'd do it. I would do it. To NASA, I would do it. I'm there.
My bag is packed.
Anyway, check
don't
it
need
out.
a bag, man.
A team in the US have just broken the record for the largest tire track image that can actually be seen from space. And it all started with a young girl called Stephanie, whose father, she's actually from Houston, Texas.
Cool, man.
And her dad works on the International Space Station. So she missed him so much that she asked a car company as well, and some stunt drivers to create a big message that says, Steph loves you. And her father actually saw it from outer space and understandably just got very emotional. But imagine that,
This
dog.
gives me goosebumps. Can you
This is
imagine?
our first, because look at the cars that are involved. This is our first space advert.
Can we see this? This is crazy.
And I mean, you could see this from space. I mean, can you imagine, her dad looking down, seeing this message, said Steph loves you. I mean,
It's better than it's better than
he's in the
me,
International Space Station, man.
Now you got some guy on a
man.
beach with a stick writing a heart, trying to make it stand out to space.
Wow.
Now that is amazing. Well,
Sure.
I'm sorry, my story takes both of yours completely, all right?
Really?
This is really the coolest advancement
Life on another
in
planet.
humanity that we have ever seen. A group of Swedish students have sent, a
What?
donut into space.
No, come on, Swedes.
But this is something quite
Really?
impressive. What they've done, obviously, they've attached a camera to it. This is 32 kilometers up, gentlemen, to the edge of space. How cool would you
This is
feel
like-
if you managed to actually send
How
a
did they send it up
donut
there?
on a big air
balloon.
balloon? But of course, the balloon pops there once it starts to get into
So
the high-pressured area.
officially, that is the world's most expensive donut.
And the
Pretty much.
tallest donut in the world, but you do actually have to have a permit to send something into space. So don't start sending your mates' shoes and stuff into space. You have to have a permit.
Okay. All right. Anyway, so it's time now for our car review, and I think a car so futuristic, so beautiful, you might actually think it's from outer space. Check it out.